Shalom, folks. How you doing on this Tuesday? Hope you and your family are staying safe. Wisconsin, what a mess, right? And it just is the latest sign that if we are, as a country, going to have a lot more people receive their ballots through the mailbox in 2020, we need to start preparing now, now, now. It's something I've been talking about since the primaries on the 17th of March, when we saw a state like Illinois, which doesn't have that rich history of a lot of people voting, no excuse absentee voting, voting early, saw its turnout plummet compared to 2016. While a state like Arizona, which does have that rich history, we saw the turnout up considerably compared to 2016. And, here's the deal. The good news is that there are already a lot of states that have laws on the books that allow for either voting by mail or no excuse absentee voting. 33 states have those laws on the books. And indeed, if you were to look at the Electoral College, you would see that 65% of all electoral votes are in states that have either vote by mail or no excuse absentee voting. New York, Texas, big exceptions. We'll have to see how those states handle the situation as it unfolds. But if you were to drill in on the 15 closest states from 2016, what do you see? You see that a little bit more than 90% of those electoral votes are in states that are either vote by mail or no excuse absentee voting. Now, if you want turnout to be up in 2020, what I just told you was the good news. Here's the bad news. The bad news is that most folks are not used to voting early or voting absentee. In fact, only about a quarter of votes were cast that way in 2016. And indeed, in the states that are no excuse absentee voting, of course, you have to request that ballot. And at the same time, a lot of these states that have no excuse absentee voting, they're not used to getting all these votes. The election boards aren't used to getting all these votes coming in via the mail. They're not used to sending out those ballots via the mail. And so these election boards are going to have to prepare. And more than that, they may need funds from the federal government in order to have the manpower to be able to count the ballots. So there's a lot of preparation to be done. There's going to be a lot of talk about how we handle this going forward, but the work needs to start now. Shalom, folks. Stay safe. See you tomorrow.